How to add and subtract fractions, part 3. All right, let's take a look at something where we've got a denominator which not only are not the same, but you can't make it easily the same as the other one. So let's say we've got 1/2, and we're going to add it to 2/3. Now, I can't multiply 2 by something as in a whole number to make a 3, and I can't make 3 times something to make a 2. So the easy solution here is to say, well, if I was to look at multiples of 2 and multiples of 3, when would they be the same? Let's have a look. So here are multiples of 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. What about multiples of 3? 3, 6, 9. Wait. Here is the lowest common multiple. We found the LCM, the lowest common multiple. Well, the lowest common multiple is 6. So that tells us that we could make the 2 into a 6 quite easily and the 3 into a 6 quite easily. Well, let's see how we do that. Well, what do I do to 2 to make it into a 6? I multiply it by 3. So I multiply everything here by 3. What do I do to the 3 to make it into a 6? I multiply it by 2. Multiply that by 2, multiply that by 2. So where do we end up? Well, this here on the left becomes 2 times 3 is 6, 1 times 3 is 3, plus 2 times 2 is 4, over 3 times 2 is 6. Notice the denominators now are the same. So everything is over 6, and I can go 3 plus 4 is 7. 7/6 is my answer. Now, there's a quicker way of finding a common multiple. It's not necessarily the lowest common multiple, but we could have said 1 over 2 plus 2 over 3. Let's do the same one again. And I said, well, I can't make them the same easily, but all I do is I say, what's 2 times 3? 2 times 3 is 6. And to make this one all 6s, I look at this number here, it's a 3. I'm going to multiply everything here by 3. Times 3, times 3. And I look at this one here and say, I want to make this 6. What do I multiply it by? I multiply everything by this number here, 2. So that times 2, and that times 2. And straight away, we're going to end up with 1 times 3 is 3, over 2 times 3 is 6, plus 2 times 2 is 4, over 3 times 2 is 6. And we're back where we started, and we've got everything's over 6, 3 and 4 is 7, and we've got our answer. Oh, let's try another one. What about 2/5 plus 1/2? Now, I want to find something I can multiply them both by so that they're both the same. Well, 5 times 2 is 10, so I'm going to turn them into tenths. Let's turn this one into tenths. To turn this one into tenths, what do I multiply it by? Well, I multiply it by 2, because 5 times 2 is 10, and 2 times 2 becomes 4 over 10, plus, because there's a plus here. Now I'm going to change this to tenths. What do I multiply by? Well, I multiply it by this number here, 5. So 2 times 5 is 10, and 1 times 5 is 5. So this becomes 5 over 10. Of course, 4 and 5 is 9, all over 10, same denominator, and we've got our answer. All right, let's do one with subtraction this time. Let's make this one 3 quarters minus 1. Let's make it a bit more. 1/6. Here we go. All right. So I need to make these the same. So what's going to be the same? 4 and 6. Well, 12 would be a good answer, by the way, because I can change this to 12s by multiplying this by 3, or I could make this to 12s by multiplying it by 2, because 3 times 4 is 12 and 6 times 2 is 12. But let's say you didn't know how to do that. You could say 4 times 6. Well, 4 times 6 is 24, so I'm going to make them all 24ths. So I'm going to make this 24th by multiplying it all by 6. So I got 4 times 6 times 3 times 6. 6 fours are 24. 3 times 6 is 18. Now we're multiplying them all by making them all 24s because we want to make them all the same, and we're not sure which is the lowest common multiple. We could work it out, but the quick way is just to say 4 times 6, that will always work. Well, let's make this one into 24. So what do I multiply all this by? Oh, I multiply it by 4. So let's multiply this by 4 and this by 4. So I put a subtraction in between. I got 1 times 4 is 4. 6 times 4 is 24. All right, let's see what we get. Well, 18 minus 4 is going to be 14 over 24. Now, I notice, because I didn't choose the lowest common multiple, I'm going to be simplifying this, and that's fine. So I say, well, what's common to 24 and 14? Well, I could divide them both by 2. By the way, if numbers are even, you can always divide them by 2. So I'll divide this one by 2, and I'm going to divide this one by 2. 14 divided by 2 is 7 over 24 divided by 2 is 12. So it's going to be 7/12. And there is my solution.